taking it very patiently.
All right, now over to you guys. What do you guys think of this game mode? Has it been everything you thought it's been?
Yeah, it's great. We had a game plan. We definitely did what we came to do, and yeah, that's what we expected. So.
Very well executed. You did not lay an egg. All right, final question for you. I want to give you the chance to tell the world, all the fans something. What do you want to tell them?
Thanks for the support from Spain for the other world, and my team is
for those guys as well. And again, just showing that he's got the moves out there.
He had the moves, was able to find the right angles, and now we've seen some developments from match 1 to match 2. Yep. What was the big thing that stuck out from you that was different?
And that last one, honestly, finally seeing someone pick up those 2-point props, right? Using those are points right there. But with that, we'll jump over to Bala. We'll take a fun look at some of the things that developed in our last few moments.
Thank you so much, guys. Yes, the Junkyard Juke is developing nicely. Everybody's starting to figure out what all the different tools and props they have available to them. So with that, we're gonna hop into some of the tips and tricks that I've seen from the Junkyard Juke so far. We can roll the clip right now as all these players. The first thing I want to point out is there are these springboards. Unfortunately, Dan Yen gets picked out of the sky there. Not too happy about that, but moving on to Tomoya using the statue. This is one of the interesting scores I saw with the statue, those higher point objects being useful. Scissors here with the springboard, the recovery, and just barely doesn't get into the incinerator at the last second. And then here we have Tomoya, we have again, just an awesome run towards there, looking like a scene out of everybody, crossing the street at the same time. Here's Tracius hitting some amazing shots through the black. And then he just continues shooting, just hoping that he can get a shot. This is the other team, the Cuddle Crew, doing the same thing, but then also synchronizing, making sure they have coverage on all angles. Finally, Tomoya made some amazing calls. We'll listen to them in a second, but this is what he did, always timing it perfectly so that he can get in and make sure that his teammates also go at the same time and make it into that incinerator. So we're gonna head and listen to what those communications were like from Tomoya and team. In this one, they made sure the countdown was perfect.
1, 2, 3, 4, 10. I score 10. I score 10. We are both. We are both.
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop. Oh, they kill me. If they don't kill me, I score 10. Don't 1, 2, 3,
I got 5. I got 5.
I got 10. No, he killed me. Oh. We are strong team.
Yeah.
I scored 0 in the second round. That's the problem.
I scored 0 in the first one, so
like we are all close points.
There you go. The Funky Fighters, they won the first Silver Llama. We're gonna see if they can win the next one. We've got one more match here on Junkyard Juke to go, and we'll see who will come out on top with the Silver Llama from this. Guys, back to you.
Thank you so much, Bala, for that great breakdown. Listening to the comms, that's one thing I hadn't considered. I always just kind of like, yeah, it's going to come up now. But these guys all on comms talking, have one guy counted out. That guy's just like a metronome, make sure he has it on the dot every single time. Brilliantly done from them, but will they be able to take back that top spot? We've seen them do it. If they can grab that Silver Llama, they'll be in such a good spot. But right now, they aren't seeing the same success they saw before.
Yeah, you want to get the Silver Llama, but to get there, you got to make a new strategy. I think that right there, there was a lot of information in that bit right there. You kind of noticed the team synergy, and he said something very important in his interview there. Talked about being patient. You really have to be patient. You can't let the frustration get to you. You saw Scissors very expressive on the cam. Just, it's hard to get the pointer, and that's what I talked about before this whole thing started. I said, trust me, this is a lot harder than you guys think. You might just, you know, oh yeah, I'll turn it to something and run it through. Nah, man, you're gonna get shut down.
But I mean, it's just like, if you think about it, it's the mental aspect that really comes with it. If you're able to frustrate somebody else, then they're that much more off their game. And these guys are all great at that, coming through from some of the death run qualifiers. It makes it that much harder. But thank you guys so much for joining us here. And again, don't forget, there is a fantastic, awesome event-specific merch starting here right now today on the 26th. You can also get it on retailrow.com. Make sure you celebrate the event. Remember it, grab some from your friends, your brothers, your family, people who couldn't be here, and celebrate the first ever Fortnite World Cup.
Yeah, you saw some of your favorite pros and competitors here rocking that new swag. Definitely loving it. All types of collaborations going on here. I love it when Fortnite releases new gear, you know? This kind of allows me to always spice it up.
I'm always a fan of anything Fortnite swag. That's pretty much like 98% of my wardrobe at this point. I mean, love the logos, love the bright colors, but enough from us. Match 3, set number 2, the final one on the original version of Junkyard Juke before we see the remix later on. Are you guys ready?
That's right.
And let's begin. The first round is underway. Match number 3, set number 2. Who will be able to incinerate the props the most? Who will push out to the lead? And can anybody upset the funky fighters who took that first lobby? You need to make sure they don't get this one here. And basically, everybody wants first place.
Yep, and you can see there, Taldak did land a shot straight through the curtain. Very nicely done. Another kind of lane, right? You want to look at your lane, see which lane is available to you that's easy to maneuver the objects you want to bring through. Clitex, for example, here is using a bear. There are no bears in this section, but he says, you know what? It's all good. I can sneak this around.
So the big thing with the bear, though, that you don't really consider is the coloring of the background. You're in the junkyard. You're a little bit in one of those desert biome situations. There's a lot of kind of muddle browns and oranges around there. It makes it that much harder to stick out. However, if you if you're grabbing the snowman, you're just really flexing on everyone. It's like, yeah, I'm a snowman. I'm a snowman in the desert, and I'm going to score on you.
That's pretty hilarious because, you know, we haven't seen anyone pull out the weird objects in the back end for good reason. There are a couple other fun ones back there. If we get a pan around later, you'll probably notice a big old snowman or something like that. But with all this money on the line, there's no way anyone has time to play around like that.
You can't play around because every single one of those runs matters. And right now we see Sunshine Soldiers swapping over. They've already put in 2 2-point props, so need to be slightly more efficient on those runs, but good job getting on the board and consistently. And as we say that, 5-pointer goes in, boom, they're ahead of the Funky Fresh, who have had a singular 10-point run. So trying to get every possible point. It's all about min-maxing efficiency.
Honestly, the Little Warriors are doing a great job at defending here. They all have a ton of eliminations. Taldak at 6, Taco at 5, Kaz and Ninja both tied at 7. That is pretty good. They're shutting down all of their lanes. These guys are not here to play. Remember, as you're a guard, you don't accumulate any points, so it's good. They're knocking this out the way, and they're doing a great job defending.
Keeping them out, making sure you find the right lane angles, and also sometimes just putting shots out in the right spot. You just need to be able to consistently deny as much as possible. And Taldog, that was sick!
I was like, are you behind that? Yep, what's that? Didn't see that there before, didn't see that either. Taldog doing a good job. So
really cool. Big fan of it going out. And as you can see now, round 2 is underway. This is the final match on Junkyard Juke of set 2. And right off the bat, 2 archery targets and a water heater marching on out.
Yep, that archery target is worth 10 points though. So if you can bring that all the way through, it's one of the, I guess, smaller, large point objects. Magma doesn't even care. He's impatient. He saw the blinds open up. He just kept going. Savenoff did pump the brakes, though. Even right here, notice, stops very early. He's just trying to blend in and get as many points as possible right here.
Ooh. Did get picked up. It might have been the book there. That's the one thing that you need to note that makes it very difficult about the bullseye or the archery target is the fact that because it has those placed legs, you have to be deliberate about where you're setting down. Otherwise, you're right, like, boom, right there. That book would be a giveaway if somebody decided to look down and double check that box. But there's 6 other boxes around, so relatively safe. Good path chosen there from Tyler, and opts to stop and be, a little bit of patient, and might have cost him there. I think he would have had it if he had just go full send, and I think he thinks so too.
Yo, it makes me laugh to see him scratch his head, his jaw drops like, oh, being so close and not making it through is so unfortunate. Taudak is going to find a little bit of success there as the Suezo, and you saw Alex J for a bit is very close to scoring as well. Here's Zan from the Fish Fam representing, hugging really close to that cactus. So long as he's not pushing through it, yeah, he is going to be able to sneak on out. He kind of hiccups there. He's going to go all the way. He doesn't care if the curtain comes down. He sneaks right underneath Tamoya and his team up top. Funky Fighters are at 35 points now in the guard tower. They can't earn anymore.
And that was a great run there by Zandy Knight as he spent us waiting for the blinds to go down, making sure he can find an angle, and then pushing in towards. Needs to be careful of that spring right there, but doesn't matter. Gets picked up anyway as he's like, hey, there wasn't a card there before. Alex JJ now looking to find a run. You can see Fish Fam and Llama Record Code currently hanging out at the top, but again, haven't had the chance to be up there, so can be expected. Alex JJ now 2 targets, both running out. Good stops at the same time, but particularly if you have 2 people taking the same path as the same item, it kind of has a little bit more of a benefit because you're like, yeah, those were both there behind. There's no way those are both props.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, you know what?